Ever wonder what it's like to be an American citizen? Well, wonder no more. Because there's a virtual reality simulator that allows you to be just that, an American citizen, and live the American dream. Check out this trailer.
Ah, the home. The busy centerpiece of American life. It's where you'll find a diligent wife tending to her family's needs. Take a peek inside, and you might find her preparing her husband's favorite meal.
As an American citizen, I have to say, that's pretty accurate.
Caring for their beautiful child.
See, that's propaganda. See, here in America, we actually shoot the diaper clean.
Or even taking a little extra time to make sure everything's nice and clean.
Come on, that's propaganda. Not everybody in America owns a Tommy gun.
Meanwhile, the husband is hard at work providing for his family. Whether he spends his days as a blue-collar worker in a bagel factory,
Oh, so that's how bagels are made.
or as a young corporate manager on the rise,
False. We usually shake tallywhackers.
it's his job to bring home the bacon.
Speaking of bacon, there's not nearly enough bacon for this to be an accurate representation of America.
On the weekends, husband does his part around the house as well. Managing finances, tending to the garden.
And you don't want to see how we masturbate. Yes, guns are involved.
And then finally settling down for some well-earned R&R.
So this virtual reality game allows you to grow up in American culture as a child. And I wanted to see if that experience was accurate. So I allowed my own child to play this game to see if it is accurate. Was it accurate?
Yes, very much.
Let's see how the baby of tomorrow will learn how to use their very first gun. Who is your best friend?
Gunny!
Excellent choice, my friend. First up, we have the Simpson M1905, a high-powered bolt-action rifle. This versatile tool was the standard issue rifle for the U.S. military in World War I, and is still used to this day. While only capable of firing one shot at a time, what the Simpson lacks in rate of fire, it certainly makes up for in range. All this and more can be yours for the low price of $9.99. Sure, you could spend that money on candy, but did you know that candy is a serious choking hazard that kills hundreds of innocent children every year?
According to the New York Times bestseller Freakonomics, looking at the numbers, the likelihood of death by pool is 1 in 11,000 versus death by gun is 1 in 1 million plus. It isn't even close. Children under the age of 10 are far more likely to die by swimming pools than by gun.
Hold up! Before you can purchase that gun, you'll need to pass the mandatory 3-day waiting period. Ha! Just kidding. In the future, we will have abolished all state and federal laws around new gun waiting periods. This means that all Americans will be able to get as many guns as they want, whenever they want. God forbid the government would make us wait to get our hands on something we were born to own.
Waiting periods are stupid and un-American because they make it so good guys can't defend themselves. For example, let's say there's this woman who has an abusive boyfriend, like a really abusive boyfriend, And her life is at risk waiting those 3 days. She needs a gun now, not later. In 3 days, she could be dead. See, that's why waiting 3 days is freaking stupid. Also, background checks and waiting periods are not going to be obeyed by criminals anyways. They're not going to put a freaking gun in their name so they can be traced back to them. No, they're going to buy their gun illegally off the black market. So they bypass all the mental health checks, the waiting periods, the misdemeanor check, all that crap. They're going to bypass all that and get the gun no matter what. There's nothing you could do to stop a criminal from getting a gun. The only thing you could do from stopping a criminal from hurting you is being ready with a firearm and ready to defend your life. But yeah, let me get real with you for a second. This game is satire, obviously. It's making fun of Americans. And it's bullshit. Americans fucking rock, okay? We're right about the gun issue. We're 100% right. Yes, there is violent crime. There's 300,000 cases of violent crime with firearms every year in America. But that's nothing compared to the fact that there's 700,000 to 3 million violent crimes prevented with firearms every year in America. That's way more lives saved with the firearms than taken away. Also, the whole gun issue in America is overblown. People think that there's, like 91 gun murders a day in America. There isn't 91 gun murders a day in America. That's gun deaths, period. Most of those are suicides. You cut out the suicides, there's only 32 gun homicides a day in America. Gun homicides doesn't mean gun murder. It just means somebody died with a gun. That includes self-defense cases. You remove the self-defense cases, you're left with 10 gun murders a day. So people say 91 deaths by gun violence a day in America. But what they really mean to say is I'm a lying piece of shit and there's only 10. Okay, so 10 gun murders a day is too many, right? But you got to understand that we got 320 million people here in America. Considering that, it's not that many. It's not. In comparison, there's 1,700 abortion deaths, that's dead babies, a day in America. Or there's 1,300 deaths by smoking a day in America. What's worse, 1,700 deaths or 10? 1,700 deaths sounds a lot worse. Why aren't people rioting over abortions and smoking? But they're not. They're rioting over gun deaths, where there's only 10 a day. It's just ridiculous. Everybody says that we need to get rid of AK-47s and AR-15s, assault rifles, and get rid of those pesky 30-round magazines. Well, we've done that before. And since we unbanned those things, brought back the AK-47s, AR-15s, Tech-9s, all the assault rifles and 30-round magazines, once we brought all those things back into the market, the crime rate dropped over 51%. So things got safer when assault rifles came back onto the market. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up button. Also, hit the subscribe button. And most importantly, hit that bell button, sucker. I'll catch you on the next episode.